Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that if you're returning. How you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is something that I don't think a lot of people have ever heard of. Have you ever heard of Hoovervilles? No, not the vacuum cleaner. If you're over a certain age, you might have even lived through it. Otherwise, if you're a history buff like I am, you might even know about them. For everyone else, I will be your Professor Autumn for today, and class is now in session. Yes, how you doing? Please take your seat. So, Hoovervilles looked like this, and they sprang up all over town because of how horrible the economy was under President Herbert Hoover. Now, Hoovervilles were shanty towns. Yes, shanty towns named sarcastically after Herbert Hoover, who was in office during the onset of the Great Depression in the late 20s and early 30s, and they sprang up all around the U.S. as a dire symbol of the economic depression faced by thousands of Americans. And the name Hooverville itself became a thing. And it was like a biting comment on what many saw as Hoover's failure to effectively address the economic collapse. All right. And the living conditions in Hoovervilles were incredibly harsh. These makeshift settlements were often built from scavenged materials like cardboard, tar paper, glass, lumber, tin, and whatever else people could find. So then they also lacked sanitation, running water, electricity, and diseases spread quickly in such cramped and unsanitary conditions with little else like access like to healthcare, and residents suffered greatly. And then there was malnutrition, which was rampant due to widespread unemployment and poverty, and security was minimal, obviously, leading to high rates of crime as people became desperate to survive. I'm sure you've heard of the saying, desperate times, desperate measures, desperate people, right? So essentially, Hoovervilles were grim manifestations of the failure of the economy and government support systems. So now, here we are today. Whammo, 2024, yay! But now let's compare to what the world looks like under this administration. Number 46, Joey Boy. Okay. And because I don't want to just tell you what to think, because I would never do that, because you must form your own opinions and think for yourselves, students. And because a picture is worth 1,000 words, I ask you, are we repeating history? Are we? Do you think Bidenvilles look eerily similar to Hoovervilles? You be the judge. Take a look for yourselves, children. So today, Americans increasingly live out of their cars, okay, because they can't afford to live in a house or even in an apartment, in a condo, nothing, even in a mobile home. It actually, story time. Back in 2004, when Sean and I were looking to buy or build a home, my dream home, okay, if you can believe it, is actually a mobile home. All right. It was built to look like a log cabin. Okay. And we couldn't afford, okay, if you can believe that, to get this mobile home because when all was said and done, back in 2004 now, it would have cost us $150,000. So we literally had to settle, okay, for this house that we're living in now. Why? Because it only cost us $72,000 to build this house. Yes. So for people who think that people that live in mobile homes are considered, what is that term, trailer trash? Trust me when I tell you, it costs more to build a mobile home than it does a brick house or a cinder block house or whatever the case may be, because I still am not living in my dream house right now as we speak. Yeah. Anyways, I will go on. So, if history is any guide, because there are those of us who like to forget history, will parking lots full of Americans soon be known as Bidenvilles? The problem has gotten so bad that Sedona, Arizona recently set aside a parking lot exclusively for the homeless workers. The city is even installing toilets and showers for the new occupants, because apparently the city council thought installing temporary utilities was cheaper than solving the area's cost of living crisis. Make that make sense. And what a crisis it truly is, because the average home in that city sells for $930,000. Make that make sense. While most of the housing available for rent is not apartments, but luxury homes targeted at the wealthy people on vacation. Yes, Airbnbs are more important. With such a shortage of middle-class housing and starter homes essentially non-flip-flopping existent, low and even middle-income blue-collar workers have nowhere to go at night but in the back seat of their cars. Much like America's Great Depression in the 1930s, this marks a serious regression in our national standard of living. But shanty towns were not prevalent in the 20s. Oh, nay, nay. A decade that began with the Depression, or the 1910s, nor were they, what's the word, ubiquitous, following the panic of 1907, which set off one of the worst recessions in American history. Now let's dig in to that data, because I'm a digger. I am. Because math, it never lies, kids. No, it doesn't. Get out your calculators. Is your life better now than it was 4 years ago? I didn't think so. Do you feel more comfortable? No, I didn't think so. Do you have more money? Me either. Do you have bigger savings? No, it's depleted. Do you feel more safe in the world? No, you probably have more locks on your door, don't you? Right. Okay. So, but not only do we feel worse under this administration, but the stats actually prove it out. Big league, starting with gas prices. Children, no, it's not your imagination. You truly are paying more at the pump. And yeah, you're making less money too. Don't forget. And you have much less in your bank account, or at least I know I do. I don't know. And yeah, your mortgage payments have gone sky high. If you had to get a new mortgage recently, and that means big buckaroos out of your pocket each month for nothing more than interest going to the bank. Everything costs way more, doesn't it? Yeah, feel that pinch? Yeah. Everything's going up at 3 times the pace, too, isn't it? It's going up monthly, too. So how often do you get a pay raise? Once a year, if you're lucky, if at all? Yeah. Good luck, kids. Good luck keeping up with the prices that go up at 5.5% every single month. And you can thank Joey Boy for all of it. You can, because together we can stop 4 more years of this crapalita, unless, of course, you want to live in Bidenville. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, kids, class is now over. Ring a ding ding. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.